Attention, brave viewers. This video features adults immersed in a spine-chilling horror RPG experience. The content likely includes supernatural elements, horror-related events, and potentially scenes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy. Well, howdy, friends and floorheads. It seems like years since we've played, but we're all here now. So, a quick reminder when we last left our latchkeys, they were in the middle of investigating two mysteries. One mystery had to do with voices that are giving away secrets and making people hate each other. And there was even a murder that occurred as a result. And then we have a missing little girl that's out there as well. But what happened last episode is our latchkeys had yet another Odyssey tape. They watched the Odyssey tape. It was fantastic as usual. Then the signal continued and they had a view of something that Cody had already seen once of the big man, and the big man standing outside of a cave. And the third person from an Odyssey tape appeared in a very extreme kind of effed up way. We also had a bit of a surprise because the big man himself showed up at the house on Rhodebecker Street. And luckily, Richard rolled well and was able to push him out and get him away. So I want to start with you guys who are asleep after that episode. After everything that happened,
Who's sleeping?
Cody was wound up, Mike was wound up, Richard was pretty frazzled, Gerard was rolling with it, but at some point, the four of you are asleep. And Gerard, we can see your eyes closed, and we can see you're in REM, right? We can see the indentation of the air, or the movement of your eyeball and the irises under your eyelids. What are you dreaming about?
I think I'm dreaming about like each of the houses that I've lived in. Like I'm walking from one house. I think I'm in my childhood house, and then I go through a door, and I'm in another place that I've lived after I left Deep Lake, and then I get confused, turn around, and go back through the door, and I'm in another apartment that I lived in Idaho, and I'm walk. It's like a maze of houses.
And it's kind of that effed up dream logic, right? Where you're starting to try to figure it out and make sense of it. And you realize like part of you knows this, it can't be real, that I must be sleeping, but it feels super real.
Yeah.
And you open up one of the doors, expecting it to take you to another place that you lived at some point. And standing there is the emaciated big man staring you in the face. Mike, what are you dreaming about?
I'm dreaming about it's a classic flying dream, or maybe it's when you're hovering above the ground a little bit, you don't need to walk. And Mike is basically going through the places we've been to. So he maybe even gets to the cul-de-sac, but he doesn't get there by the car. He just drifts there and sees the scene maybe from up above, and that goes back. And it's really like seems like in a chill mood, even though the things are repeating in his head that happened. He remembers the lady that held his hand and reminded him of how he punched that kid to the hospital. So yeah, flying dream.
And if it's okay, I'm imagining like a lot of flying dreams is you trying to, in this lucid sort of way, you're trying to figure out how can I fly, right? How can I make myself fly, not fly? And you're like, do I hold my breath? Like, do I use my arms? And we're seeing you getting better and better at it, right? You're able to get a little bit more height, a little bit more speed, and suddenly you feel a hand on your shoulder who brings you down, and you feel your feet hit the ground. And when you turn around, you see a man in a cream-colored suit with a 10-gallon hat. Cody, what are you dreaming about?
I'm having a similar dream, except instead of flying, I'm swimming. And I'm realizing that the place I'm swimming in is deep lake submerged, the town. So I'm looking over at the rooftops, fully submerged.
The water gets dark, and out of fear and stress, you start swimming up towards the surface, right? And trying to get air, and a hand reaches down to grab yours and pulls you out of the water into a boat with a big man. How about you, Richard? What are you dreaming about?
So I think Richard is dreaming about a potential life with Cassie, thinking about all the things that might happen, and real fast paced. Right, it's reconnecting with her, going on the dates again, and maybe a marriage proposal, taking her back to make the big announcement to my parents, and I think it instantly turns to a nightmare because of all the shit that's been happening, where Richard's mom starts screaming at Richard, "It's all your fault. You should have told me. You should have told me," and it just gets real dark.
And I'm imagining, like, even while you're sleeping, like your legs are twitching because of the amount of stress and the burden and the family drama and everything. And you hear the door open in the room while your mother's screaming, and you hear a voice go, "Now, ma'am, you need to relax. Everything's going to be just fine." And you turn around and you see the big man in a flash. All four of you know you're still sleeping, but all four of you are sitting on the couch in front of the TV. You're looking at each other, and something tells you this isn't just my dream. Everybody's dreaming, and we're all here right now. Standing next to the TV in front of you, kind of leaning against it, shoulder on the top of the set, is our big man. He says, "Look, kids, you're getting way too close to the signal. And you're starting to aggravate them. You've been watching the tapes way too much. And they're starting to watch you now. So listen to me real close, because I ain't going to talk to you again till tomorrow night. But they're coming. And they're coming to this place tomorrow night. All three hungers are out of the cave, and they're going to take you out. So you best get ready. I ain't against you, but I can't help you. All I can do is warn you. They're coming tomorrow night." All four of you wake up in your own individual beds. It's about 6 a.m.
Mike shouts out from the bed, like, "Guys!" Like, immediately, just like when he wakes up, realizes, just
Yeah.
tries to. "So, did you?"
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I guess we go get breakfast now and see where that takes us.
I come out. I'm getting dressed. I'm in my boxer shorts, and I'm looking around to see if something's been left for me.
There isn't anything left for you today, as much as you expected it. But I have something for you. You guys have a new question. All the other questions that are out there are paused. We can't work towards them.
That makes sense.
You have a new question. It's complexity 8. The question is, how can we defend the house on Rodenbecker Street from the Great Hungers? Now, if you look in your notes and the journals on Foundry, I've added some things to think about. So instead of picking up clues to answer this mystery, you're going to pick up defenses. So things that you four are going to do today before the sun sets to defend yourselves and this house.
Complexity 8.
So
Complexity
when
8.
we are meddling, we're getting a defense instead
There's
of a
no meddling
clue.
move. You guys are going to build these defenses. We'll have night and day moves in the process. But as you build these defenses, it's the same as finding a clue, right? And then eventually, by the end of the day phase, you guys are going to make a roll against complexity 8 to decide how well you defend the house and yourself.
So that means we will need to use the defenses, but not our unused clues that we collected so far for
All
this
those
question.
unused clues are on pause. They're not part of.
Also on pause. Okay.
The only
I
thing
have
that
an
matters
idea.
in this day phase is defending this house and yourselves.
I have an idea. Let's go somewhere else and not be here. Right?
We could lure him in this house and then burn it down.
Are we the ghost bros or are we the arson bros at this point? Oh, shit. Arson
This
Bros
Cody
is a
with us
really good band name.
So it's like Gerard and Mike in boxers walking around the kitchen, I guess. So I get guess Richard joined us and Cody.
Not
Do you
yet.
still have that bat?
Just as note, Richard had to jump in the shower and put on fresh clothes. And he's gonna have to start a load of laundry. He's trying to be as nonchalant as possible, but I'm already scared as a condition, and this made it even worse.
Speaking about conditions.
Can we
Yeah, I don't
anymore,
think
Mike?
Cody's left his room yet. He's looking at his suitcase, contemplating packing and just leaving.
Like, there's motels here. We don't even have to pause the investigation. Do it.
Also, you're thinking we let them eat
don't
the
give-
house or whatever if they are hungry,
don't
and
give a
we
shit
just
about this
stand
house.
aside. But I mean, considering the situation, neither do I, to be honest. It's not a bad idea.
The question is, are they just going to come for us no matter where we are?
The only thing I'll add there is that he made it very, very clear that he's coming for you here. And the question is how are we going to defend the house from the Great Hungers?
Okay, so
and I'm just saying it's easy is that you think no, that they're coming here, right?
Yeah.
So this idea of leaving, I think, could make sense. What were you saying?
At risk. So if we are leaving, the risk is they eat the house or do whatever with it, and they just leave us alone, or they go after us anyhow, and we're not prepared because we think they're going to the house. Like just
or they come to this house tonight. They find that we're not here, so they just go wherever we are tomorrow night, and it just starts over until we, I don't know.
We don't know much about these hungers, but we do have. We built a relationship with Elliot at that Rappaport house, and I have him as a resource. Could maybe we bring him in or go try to see if we can summon him or talk to him and see if he knows anything about this being on a separate plane than what we're on?
Yeah,
Can we lose, right? It's
not any weirder than anything else we've seen.
By the way, that was
And
Richard
that's-
talking from the hallway with a white towel on, no
Yeah.
shirt, just like
I'm not registering what people are wearing at all. So
that's our connection to the other side, how to call it. Or maybe somebody will know something about hungers. Like, it's just... And why the guy didn't tell us yesterday? We recognized that it was the same guy that was at the door, right? That's obvious now.
yeah.
So
So
why he didn't?
this guy, is he the creator of TV Odyssey? And why is he helping us? There's a lot of questions here.
Is he helping us? Is he playing with us? Just
Yeah.
Is he the reason
Well,
that the hungers are after us in the first place?
He's warning us. He was playing all coy last night, wanting to buy our car, but now he's saying he's giving us a heads up that we need to prepare ourselves for something. Is he
He's
the creator of
telling us,
TV Odyssey?
definitely.
Did he summon these things with the TV Odyssey? Was it incidental? What does it have to do with like a government base running psychological experiments or a shape-changing dog monster? What does any of this have to do with each other?
Okay, I think it's a good idea to ask the ghost kid.
I agree.
Richard,
I'm
can
almost-
you call in your friend? Just shout at him from the kitchen.
I'm tempted to call Sheriff Hanscom.
yeah. I think we need to go to the Rappaport house in order to have that connection. If I
How do
recall,
we?
Craig, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what? Okay.
Oh, I thought we had the game. Okay.
So I'm kind of drifting in my room. I'm still looking at that suitcase, and right by the suitcase is a window, an open window. And I'm not consciously looking for it, but subconsciously looking for advantage points or anything that we can hang out in while looking at the house that we're in right now.
So you look out the window, Cody, and immediately, scouting, right? Is there bushes? Is there a tool shed? Is there something? And you see the front yard of this house, and you see the beat up car that the big man last night was trying to talk you out of and getting you to trade up. What's crazy though is just past the sidewalk, just outside of your view to your left and to your right, all you see is static. And while you're looking at that static, you can hear it. You can hear that.
All right. So after staring at that probably longer than I'd like to admit, I leave the suitcase in the room and realize there's no going back or leaving. And I don't. When I go downstairs, I don't even say anything. But maybe there's a closed curtain that I open to kind of show that to everybody.
What the fuck? Does the front? Can I
We're
go
saying
out
the
front
same
door?
thing, I presume.
What was that? I'm sorry, Gerard.
Can I go out the front door?
You can.
I do that.
You
Hey, wait. Are you sure you want to go out?
Yeah, the front lawn looks okay.
Can we throw a rock there first, or
I'm walking
rock
out.
or something?
So you
I'm
walk out,
watching him from the door.
and if it wasn't for this static TV noise perimeter, everything looks exactly the way it does every morning. The front yard, TV's in, or the car is parked in the little gravel driveway that leads up to the house. The sidewalk is there. The fencing that kind of fenced in this house is all there. It's just on the other side of these things. there's like a huge screen you can't see. You just see the static, and it fills your ears whenever you're looking at it. If you look down at the ground and the static is not in your eye line, you can't hear it. But as soon as you look up, your ears fill with that sound.
I go up to the gate and the fence. It's the static is right on the other side of the gate.
Right on the other side.
Does the gate open in or out?
It opens in.
I open it and I'm going like right up to the static, not touching it. But how does it get louder?
No, same volume, but it's loud, whether you're close or far away from it.
Now I'm going to pick up a rock or a stick. Actually, I'll pick up a stick, something I can hold on to, and just push it through. Try anyway.
It pushes through, and you can't see where it's going.
And I take it back out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it changed?
Are you saying
I'm
it
looking back.
disappears once it hits that plane?
Yes, it's like it's
like a
going
curtain.
into a wall that's permeable, right?
I'm gonna
So
stick my
I'm
pinky in.
watching Gerard. Richard, are you nearby?
Yeah, I'm watching from afar.
And when talking
Watching from the
about
door.
the Elliot stuff, was that out loud? Like, were you strategizing with the group?
Yeah.
Okay. So watching Gerard do this, I kind of quietly hand Richard the Candyland piece, and I say, "Look, if we can't go out, maybe we can bring him here. I don't know how, but here."
Richard takes that and contemplates what's the safest looking room in the house that we're renting, right? That would maybe allow Elliot to come to us. I'm going to throw it out there. Cody's room has sailboats and wallpaper on the wall or something crazy, right? But it's little
Turtles.
turtles.
Yeah.
Turtles. Guys, someone want to join me? Cody, let's head to your room and see if we can make something happen here.
It's worth a shot.
So yeah, let's.
But I don't leave just yet. I'm still watching Gerard mess with the
Yeah.
static curtain. So.
What happens to his pinky?
I'm sticking my left pinky. I'm like I put it up like right as close as I can get, and then if nothing happens, if I don't get like a shock or anything, then I put my pinky through.
Nothing stops you. You just can't see your pinky while it's stuck into the static.
He's doing it.
It doesn't feel any different.
Do we have a video camera?
Yeah, didn't no,
Yes.
you used to have one. I
Broken.
think Mike broke it.
Somebody ruined it. However, I still have well, I have a laptop that has potentially, well, maybe don't. Right. But the webcam might record something beyond.
I'm
That's-
not listening to them. I do take one look over my shoulder at them and look them all in the eyes once, and then turn around and I'm gonna peek in.
You're gonna stick your face into it.
Yeah.
So you guys watch Gerard look over his shoulder back at you, and the look on his face, all three of you are like, "Oh God, please don't do this." You can just tell by the look on his face what he's thinking. He turns his back, and all you see is the back of his head, and he just leans into the static. And all you can see is the static, and it's so almost nauseating, Gerard. I think you have to close your eyes, but it doesn't feel any different. It's just almost like a visual and auditory overwhelm feeling, right?
Okay, I take a step back.
You got that out of your system now?
It doesn't kill you.
What did you see then?
Just more of it's like it's not just a curtain. It's a fog.
Oh,
but I doubt it has another side. Now we know that. So I think our resources are anything that we can reach right now.
At this point, I go back in the house with Richard's plan in mind. But before I go back upstairs to my room, I go to the TV because nothing is making sense at this point. So as I'm right next to the TV, I'm looking out an open window and I'm just turning the knob. I'm guessing it's one of those old tube TVs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Are you turning it on?
Yeah, I'm turning it on and I'm trying to change the channel with that old school knob with only 13
So you
numbers.
get
on it.
static initially, right, Cody? And the static is oddly similar to what you're seeing outside, right? There's all kinds of difference. There's gray static and glitchy static. It's the exact same patterns and colors and sound now coming from the speaker of the TV. And you switch the channel and you see the old hand-painted logo of TV Odyssey. It was what the card that they would put up between shows. Changed another channel. TV Odyssey. Every channel shows the placard of "We'll be right back." TV Odyssey.
But the static doesn't change at all outside.
When you go back to the static, it's still there, and the static outside
Okay.
does not change.
Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out, if there was some sort of connection with the static changing or something like that. But
Can we reach the network, by the way? I try Google or something if it works just fine.
One 404 after another.
Oh, that's brilliant. That
Everything,
is brilliant.
everything appears to just not be connected.
Do we have any rope?
I don't know.
Is there a garden hose?
Look
at
for
the
some.
camp?
Yeah.
Okay, find some rope.
I'm gonna tie it to the fence.
you're not actually.
Wait, shouldn't we?
I need to know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to know. I tie the other end around my waist.
Okay. Hold your horses. Can we ask the kid first? At least try it,
Yeah, I
see-
go ahead.
and then you do your suicide mission.
We have
Into
we have
the-
24 hours. We have not even. We have like 14 hours. We need to be doing multiple things at once.
I prefer to die in 14 hours than in next 1 hour. That would be great.
Well, I wasn't tying it around your waist, was I?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I don't see reenacting the abyss on our to-do list. But you go ahead.
Okay. I will go with Gerald so I can pull the rope back in case anything happens.
Okay.
Yeah, keeping it still tied to the fence, but just in case.
I'm gonna be really fast. Not gonna go super slow or anything. I'm just gonna go to the end of the rope and then come back.
As this is all happening, Richard's in the house pacing, trying to build himself up with enough confidence to do what he's trying to set forth. He's pacing. He's looking out the window, going, "Oh my God, this is getting worse. Oh my God." Elliot, I hope you can hear me. We need your help, buddy. And I'm just pacing. That's where he's at.
Okay. Yeah, I walk at a medium pace until the hose is taut.
Mike is slowly feeding the rope as Gerard goes.
Are you
into
keeping
the-
it taut the whole time, Mike? Or is
Yeah.
it slack? Okay, it's taut. So Gerard, one small step for mankind, right? You take that step into the static.
Mhm. I'm
Mike,
fully in.
the rope is being pulled at the same pace that Gerard was walking.
I tried. Can you still hear me, Gerard? I tried to see if I get a response.
No answer. But as soon as you say that, rope goes slack.
Try to quickly pull it back, like to tension it, or like to see.
And the loop that Gerard had wrapped around himself comes out empty. You're in bed.
What?
You're in your bed. You went from full static all the way around you, and now all of a sudden you're laying in your bed.
Okay. I have a trick that I use to know when I'm dreaming. I look at my hands and count my fingers. And like reliably, I have at least 6 fingers on each hand. So I run through that quick.
So you have.
If I'm dreaming,
if you're dreaming,
if I'm dreaming, I have at least 6 fingers on each hand.
Yeah, you have 10 total fingers.
Okay. I
fingers and
jump
2
out of bed.
thumbs.
I jump out of bed and run out.
You see
Richard? Anyone? Guys, help! Like, we've lost him. And I'm just panicking with the rope and with the loop in my hand, not realizing that probably Gerard is running towards me, I guess.
All right, I go out the front door. And we're still in the same plane. I haven't gone one layer deeper or anything. Okay. Well, that's not gonna work.
I think now I will need to use the washing machine. God damn it! What happened? Why did you untie yourself?
No, it just sent me back.
I just sit down on the grass. I just sit down, just to breathe it out.
Come on, buddy.
I thought I just lost you. It was like a few seconds.
I know. I came out as fast as I could. I'm helping him up.
Okay.
Cody and Richard.
Richard's heading to Kyle's room. Kyle, Jesus, Cody's room. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm right behind him.
So you guys go into Cody's bedroom. You see his suitcase there. You see the window that is closed, but the curtains are pulled back, so you can see the static outside.
We're gonna close that. I'm gonna open up the closet and pull everything out of that closet as much as possible. Gonna sit inside, put every little trinket out, that the game piece, and Cody, any suggestions on what we need to do here? You're the ghost bro. I'm struggling here.
Hey, we're all ghost bros.
You're the OG.
Yeah, I look at the corner of the items in my house, and it's just a bunch of memorabilia, like completely irrelevant here.
Yeah, we really should have given each other more useful stuff, huh?
And I just look at Richard. I don't know. Put the thing on the table. Start talking to him. And at that point, I'm ruffling around for my Tecmo ball because that's the only thing that seems to actually do anything. So, crossing fingers that it actually works this time.
Sit down, set everything out, sitting in that closet. Elliot, are you around? We desperately need your help, buddy. Please tell me you're around.
So the temperature drops a little, just enough to be noticeable. I need a night move. What are you afraid is going to happen?
Music on a cue.
That was well done.
Yeah, that was well timed.
What's going to happen? What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail this?
It might not be Elliot from the other dimension.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be Elliot. It's going to be much worse than that. It's going to be somebody from an Odyssey tape that you don't want to see again. Not somebody that's come out of a cave. But somebody you definitely would not want to see again. So let's do a night move with sensitivity. You're scared, so I'd like that at a disadvantage, please. So make sure you mark disadvantage before you hit night move. You're going to choose sensitivity. It's going to roll 3 dice. We're going to take the 2 lowest. So the temperature continues to drop. And the door slams shut. Cody, you see the closet door slam shut. And Richard, I think like your knees were just where they would get hit by the door as it slams shut. And it's with enough force that you literally slide a little bit. You can get pushed a little bit farther into the closet. And you just now realize just how dark it is in here. Maybe a flashlight would have been a really good idea. And you can hear a you hear breathing, but it's not breathing. It's panting like a dog. Do you want to turn a key or should I keep going?
I'm so hesitant to not because this is awesome.
We've established that not turning a key is exclusively bad.
No, I know.
If
Yeah,
it helps, I'm not doing anything. I'm frozen.
How would that help?
Well, yeah, I think it informs him a little bit more of the decision. I'm not helping either.
Yeah.
So,
No, I'm not. Or yes, I am going to turn a key.
all right. So for those of you watching that aren't familiar mechanically, so what has happened here is that he has failed a very dangerous move, which is a night move. And I tell him what's going to happen if he tells me what's going to happen if he fails, and I make it worse. And then we start to act out this failure. But the player has a certain number of keys available to them for the entire campaign. They've been marking them off as we've been playing. By marking a key, it upgrades the failure to the next level. So in this case, it goes from a fail to a success with consequences. So let's rewind. The temperature drops. The little Candyland piece jumps like it's going through squares, like it's being moved during the game. It goes doot, 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 doot towards Cody.
Elliot? Buddy?
Behind Cody. Like almost like he was hiding behind Cody. Steps out Elliot. And he's fully rendered. Like he's a person. But then he glitches occasionally to the static. And the little boy waves at you behind Cody.
Cody? I need you to relax for 1 second.
Uh-huh.
Elliot is here. Please don't jump and startle him. He's right behind you.
Uh-huh.
In a non-threatening way. Slowly. If you want to see, don't scare him off, please.
I focus on the Tecmo Ball.
It is lighting up like you've never seen before, Cody.
Okay.
Every touchdown, green light, red, green, and it's just going. And you see the little runner that's going, and it wraps around the screen like a Pac-Man, and it's going touchdown.
Elliot, it's great to see you, buddy. Are you doing okay?
His mouth opens, and you can see him say, "I'm fine," but you can hear nothing but static. So that's your consequence. Is that you can't hear Elliot.
Oh, and I've already established
really
I'm a
rad.
terrible lip reader.
Elliot loves you.
Yeah. Cody, can you find a pen and paper, crayon and paper, something in the house? Please, I can't hear Elliot, so hopefully something can happen there. But I kind of signaled it to Elliot, like, I'm so happy to see you. I need to see if he can write. Cody, give me that paper, pen, something quick. Hurry.
Sure. I very cautiously walk over to my suitcase and maybe I've got a notepad or something.
Yeah, and Cody, as you walk over to the suitcase, we see Elliot kind of walk forward to the little Candyland piece, and he sits down and crosses his legs, and he's gesturing like he's rolling dice, and he throws dice that don't exist, and he moves the Candyland piece 3 spaces towards you, Richard. I want to cut to Gerard and Mike. You're outside of the room, reunited.
Okay. So we need to be looking around at like what we physically have right now. I'm looking at the fence, and I'm like looking to see if we can be taking fence posts or like the boards off to physically put over windows and doors.
Yeah, that was my idea exactly. Let's find a ways how we can physically make this into a fort. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, because we can't go anywhere. We can't bring anything in. So we
Maybe we pick just only like 3 rooms to secure, and the other rooms are just.
I would do
okay.
the outside, and I would have multiple layers of barricades, as much as we can get off.
So it sounds
Okay,
like
so let's bet. Yeah.
we're trying to scavenge for materials, right? Wood, nails, hammers, things like that. Let me get a day move. Let's do it with either of you can do it with reason, and whoever does it's going to get a +1 for the help from the other.
I have a 0. What do you have?
So do I.
Okay, I'll do it.
So anyone's game. Yeah, go ahead.
So 8.
So you start to you start to collect it, right? Starting to find the wood, the nails, and it's slowly piling up as you're gathering it, maybe right outside the front porch, right? Because a lot of this is you're picking by tearing down some of the wood fencing. There is a shed in the back where you're finding some hammers and nails, and you're kind of pulling apart maybe the door to that, and just slowly kind of stacking up like this is what we've got to work with. And as you're doing that, you're quickly realizing at best, you're going to be able to secure the doors and the windows of the exterior of this house. That's all the materials that you've got enough for. So if the goal is to like secure like 3 or 4 rooms and the outside, some tough choices are going to have to be made. But go ahead and mark yourself down as having your first quote unquote clue, which is a barricade for the outside.
Okay. Well, let's think about like, we might not want to do the outside. We might want to figure out a layout of the house where we can put ourselves several levels of barricades in at least, but that'll be something to decide with everybody.
Let's cut back into Cody's room. Cody, you grab the pad of paper and the pen, you turn around and you can see Elliot there, and he's looking anticipatingly towards Richard with a "it's your move, idiot" look on his face.
Richard's gonna play and try to find where he threw the dice and throw and see what happens.
And you reach for him, and he points, and he shakes his head, and he points over there. So you kind of move over there and pick up these pretend dice, and he nods, and you roll.
Did the piece move when he rolled, by the way?
It did.
Okay.
And he moved it. He physically grabbed it and moved it towards you.
Okay. I'm going to reach up and grab the notepad and pen, and I'm going to hand it or set it on the ground in front of Elliot. Elliot, can you write back and communicate through this pen and paper?
So gives kind of a consternated look and looks back down again at the paper and kind of picks up the pencil, looks back up at you, and then looks back down at the paper. When you look back down at the paper, you see the words, "Do you need my help?" And a checkbox yes, checkbox no.
I'm gonna X out the yes. Flip the page. Are you alone, or are there others with you? Oh, he can hear me. Never mind. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Sorry. Rewind.
Maybe you actually do that though.
Yeah, that's true.
And I just interrupt. You're like, there are hungers coming tonight, Elliot. What do we do?
Yes, I love it. Let's do that. Yeah. Are you alone? If there are there others with you on your plane?
So he looks back down at the sheet, and the page flips. And already written on the flipped page of this notebook is, "There's a lot of people here."
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
I look back at the Tecmo Bowl, and it starts to make a little bit more sense.
Do you know anything about the hungers?
The page flips. You see crudely drawn checkbox yes, a crudely drawn text box no, with a red X on no.
Red X on no. Elliot, we are in danger, and we need to prepare ourselves tonight for something that's coming. Are you aware of anything or anybody trying to hurt me and my friends?
The page flips again, and it's blank. It flips again, and it says, "I got you," in a child's writing. Letter C, the letter U, then written out "tonight." And as you finish reading it and look up, he's gone. So that is your second reinforcement, this help from Elliot.
Oh, thank God. I got goosebumps, guys.
I know that
Real life.
that might be. Well, I'll save it. As a point of order, there's a tab in the notes page for Great Hungers that I assume we are not supposed to be able to see. So
I made that visible to you on purpose.
Oh, okay. So, all right. I was. There's a list of things that could be like clues. Clues can be such as this and this, and I was like,
yeah, and
don't
that's
read
that gives you guys an idea of what'll qualify, right, as potentially helping you tonight. So I put it there to give you some ideas.
I would love to know what a side character volunteers to help you looks like when we're stuck here. Once we've gathered up resources, I'm going to try the phone.
Okay. Pick it up and
Elliot?
it's like, regular noise.
Regular? Okay, I'm dialing Sheriff Hanscom.
Okay.
The phone
Keep
works.
the sheriff's office.
Hey, Sheriff Hanscom, it's Gerard Butler. We're kind of in a situation here at the house on Rodenbecker Street.
You're gonna have to speak up. I can hardly hear you.
Is it static or is it? Well, we need help. We've been threatened. A big guy came to our house last night and threatened us. And he said that he's coming back tonight, and we need to prepare ourselves. And we're, due to circumstances that I'm not sure I can explain over the phone, we can't leave right now. So I was wondering if there's anything you or the police could do.
Let's do a day move, Gerard, and let's do it with presence.
Can I take advantage on that for
Can.
presence, advantage, day move? Doesn't get much better than that for me.
Very nice. He goes, hey, Idaho, you guys, what, you guys smoking or
No, not
the
today.
hills
Or
over there?
recently or anything. Nope. We've there really was a guy who was very large. Maybe you know him. He was pretty singular. He was very tall, big cream-colored suit, blonde mustache, 10-gallon hat.
You're not talking about, God, I can never remember his name. Sells cars. God, what's the
He
name of that place?
he wanted to buy our car.
Yeah,
he
I mean, the
said
only
he
guy
did.
I've ever seen in a cream-colored suit. I can never remember his name. And now, wait a minute. You're saying he's threatening you?
Yeah. It's not Phineas Watley, is it?
No, it doesn't
Okay.
begin with an F.
Well, yeah, he threatened us. He said he was coming back tonight with not alone.
Okay. Why don't you guys just leave?
We can't.
You guys can.
If you could come by, I could explain why.
Yeah, sure. Be about an hour or so. Do you want me to pick up lunch? You not gonna just grab a bite and talk it over?
That sounds great.
All right, buddy.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. So we now have help from Sheriff as our third.
I'd love to see what that's going to look like when he gets here.
As this is happening, Mike will try to look over his gadgets and try to think about how we could set up some kind of alarm system on the perimeter, for example. So I was thinking to use some of the gadgets maybe to ditch the walkie-talkies, like put them on the perimeter where the static starts, kind of, to see if something goes over, it would trigger send me a message on a pager or something, or just on a walkie-talkie that I will have in the middle of the kitchen, and we would get from which direction somebody might be approaching, for example.
I'm imagining this straight out of episode 74 of MacGyver montage, right? You know, where MacGyver is going to put something together to solve the problem as we get into Act 3. So we see Mike kind of pulling some stuff. He pulls down like a wall clock, and you see him pulling the guts out of the wall clock and just going inside of the house, outside of the house, checking the CB walkie-talkie that's sitting on the kitchen table. And let's go ahead and do a day
Putting
move.
the matchsticks and shaving off for some reason, to like fuse two parts together when you burn them, right?
Chewing gum and taking it out of your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a day move with reason.
If I use the tool, do I get an advantage on it?
You sure do.
If I cross it out. So the walkie-talkies, moves, advantage, day move. Oh, I click on the... Oh, okay.
So click
The
on
reason.
I'll ask. You choose reason.
Yeah.
Make sure you have it set to advantage. Good. So, I mean, if you're back at the workshop, Mike, right? You would have no trouble, piecing this together. A couple trips to Radio Shack and you're gold, right? You'd have this built out. You don't really have everything that you need. So what I think you end up with, to your credit, is what you wanted, which was an alarm system, something that will indicate when anybody but Gerard comes back out from this static, right? That comes into this perimeter, but it's only going to work once. And you realize that when it goes off and tells you, it's going to be useless after that.
So maybe don't set it up yet.
Yeah, well, I will wait for your friend to leave if he arrives, and I will set it up before the night. But it's better than
have to activate, right?
Yeah. So at least getting notification once is better than none.
Yep. Yep. So let's quickly. We've got 3 things now. We've got the barricade. We've got help from Elliot. Actually, we have 4 things, aren't we? We've got help from Hanscom, and then we've got our perimeter. So we're at a +4 against a
How
complexity.
are we looking on the weapons department? Anyone has a, I don't know, baseball bat or anything?
I'll let you think about that,
Ted.
Mike. I want to cut back to Cody and Richard.
Yeah, okay.
Craig, real quick, if I turned a key that might help us in that last, can I use the benefit of that key at this
Sure.
moment?
What key did you turn?
The Wandering Monolith. So I could seek out help from the big man.
What's this? What, can you read it to us?
Yeah, it says you can now seek out the big man. The big man can be consulted like any other side character. When you do so, roll with sensitivity. On a 7 to 9, you gain 1 clue, and he will reveal it in a way that reflects his current disposition. On a 10 plus, you gain 2 clues.
So what does this look like, Richard?
Yeah, what does this look like?
You still want that car?
I just talked to Elliot, a ghost kid. So this seems more normal than it would have 2 days ago.
Is there a phone book?
I'm sure there is in the house. Yeah.
The sheriff said that guy, that tall guy, owns a car dealership. Look that up. Call him.
I think what Richard's going to do though is after that interaction with Elliot and he disappears, the idea crosses in his head that, oh, maybe Richard could do more than what others can do. And so he kind of closes his eyes and throws his hand up and, big man, are you there?
What's Cody doing?
Just watching. It's like, okay, let's see how far this goes down the rabbit hole.
I'm gonna need a night move. What are you afraid is gonna happen if you fail this?
He succeeds.
Yeah, I think he comes in disgruntled. It's not nighttime while you bugging me during daylight when whatever, right? Like something.
Yeah, I think he's definitely gonna feel annoyed at the very least, but it's gonna be worse than that because he wants to control these interactions, and you pulling him in is going to sever any future help from him if you fail this. So this will be a one-time thing. This will fail, and you'll never be able to use that key again. What was granted to you. So let me have a night move with sensitivity. Make sure you take it off of disadvantage before you roll it. This will be a straight roll.
Also, you're erased from existence if you fail this.
Can I use my
What?
what and don't latchkey?
Read it off to everybody.
Once per session, I can take a 12 plus on a single roll related to an action, so long I do it with cockiness or style.
And how do we do it with cockiness and style?
Oh, it's gonna be all style, not cockiness, because it's me like talking to Miss Cleo from a 1-800 number and mixing that between what he saw in churches and cults and movies, and he's just acting it out as if he's aware of what's gonna work.
And with this key, what happens on a 12 plus?
I gained 2 clues.
Okay. So
He turns Cody into a believer during all of this. Like this
walk
is
me through this. So how does this lead up? So you're sitting there, hands are up in the air.
Hands are up in the air. Big man, we need your help. I know you're warning us for tonight, but we need some help here. There's something funky going on. If you can hear me, please, 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 we need help.
You hear a phone ring. On the top shelf of the closet above your head.
I think it's for you.
I grab it.
So it's one of those big wireless phones, like the first generation ones that weigh about 3 pounds.
Big old antenna that you-
Yep, the metal antenna. And you pull it out and you hit connect. What you need, son?
Holy shit, it worked.
Don't have a whole lot of time to talk. It's almost night time. They're coming.
No.
Big man, we need help, obviously. Can you please help us?
Giving you all the help I can, son. I can't help you much more. I can't be showing up there tomorrow night. Tonight, you guys are on your own. You got to get ready.
What will work against these hungers?
Oh boy. Kind of depends on which one, right? So here's what I can tell you. So if that Palmer woman shows up with her body bags, reality is when she was alive, she was a bit of a drinker. So she really doesn't react well to alcohol. So I'd probably get some alcohol ready in case old Miss Palmer shows up tonight. Now, whoo boy. David Tilbert's a tough one, man. He's gonna make a mess of that place even before he gets to you, right? Because he's just gonna keep bleeding. He never stops bleeding, and he's gonna get blood everywhere. And he thinks that the more he bleeds, the better he is. So, I don't know. I'd be half tempted to clean up after him. Maybe some cleaning supplies, right? You start maybe if you clean up the mess he's making. I don't know if you'd be too happy about that. But I gotta be honest with you. The one you gotta worry about is the little girl. And I can't help you with her. Click. So you've got 2 new things. Cleaning supplies will help you, as will alcohol. Where does that put us?
Real quick, Craig, on the cleaning supplies, if cauterizing the wounds would stop the bleeding, would that also offset the cleaning supplies, or is it just?
I don't know.
Okay.
So where
Trying to add
are
more
we now? We're
fire to this.
+6 now. Is that right? Who's keeping the list?
Should be +6.
+6. Okay. Complexity 8.
Can we regroup and relay everything?
Mhm.
Catch everybody up. Yeah, I come in like, okay, guys, where are you at? We've got some barricade materials, and Sheriff Hanscom is hopefully coming and hopefully able to get in. What do you guys got?
So I talked to Elliot. Cody and I talked to Elliot. It was strange, but it worked. He's going to help us tonight. He said he'd see us tonight, so I don't know in what way, but he's going to help us.
I'll take it.
Good as anything, I guess.
I got a wild hair up my ass thinking I could talk to the other world, and so I somehow connected with Big Man. Don't ask how, because all of a sudden he called on some phone that had no receiver on it, and I don't.
Why would we ask how? I would ask why would you do that?
Yeah,
like
I've made.
I don't even care about how. Just what do you got?
that's that.
At the end of the day, we've got the 3 hungers that are coming is the Palmer woman, David Tilbert, and the little girl. And we've got some ideas on how to counter her. So the Palmer woman, get some alcohol ready. She was a drinker, and then this David Tilbert just is always bleeding. Either clean up after all of the bleeding or stop the bleeding, whatever that means.
We
I don't know.
stuck a bottle of bleach on him. That should work as well, right?
Okay, so the hungers they're physically people or people shaped at least. That alone helps.
Keep in mind, Gerard, you have seen them, right?
Yeah, I just didn't. I have not associated the hungers with being those 3 things in the cave. So this is clicking for me right now. That okay, those are the hungers, not like we're not looking at like Cthulhu or something, which is what
Big black dogs.
I picture when I hear the hungers. So okay, so they're physically people. And the last one is Lucy, the little girl.
Yeah. And
So
he
what do we
said
know about her? She was in the
there
puppet
was,
show.
there was no help with her from Big
Yeah,
Man.
but what?
He
Yeah,
was-
so what do
he
we
has to
know
be
about her?
worried.
She was in the puppet show. She burned her brother with a hot knife, and her parents left her alone in the woods.
What was the?
Oh,
Ah, okay, that it's her. Huh.
oh.
And she told the guy to chop off the hand of the cat puppet.
For what was the punishment for the cat puppet? Maybe there might be something related to not doing what the puppet did. I don't remember the tape.
I'm tempted to see if I can okay, this is stupid. What
Like
can we
jumping
make?
in static. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. This is really stupid. Can we make like a hand puppet that sort of resembles Happy Jack and use it to tell her to go away?
Would you put it on your hand?
Sure. They didn't cut off the Happy Jack's hand. You cut off the hand of the cat.
Then I'm calm then, right? So let's just get out a sewing kit and there
I
are
can put something together.
yeah.
I think
Alright,
I
so we're
remember.
gonna have
Who's gonna
a
make a duplicate or a rendering of the Happy Jack.
Yeah,
puppet.
I'll do it.
Okay, let's do that with reason. Flat roll. Day move.
Mm.
It just doesn't look right. You take it back apart again and try different materials, and it just you ain't fooling anybody with this puppet.
I'm turning a key. I want this to work.
Okay, go ahead and turn a key.
And I'm turning a key of the unspoken. And I'm saying that Mike's annoying. I know, I want to do it right now, though. Mike's annoying habit is that he is a naysayer, constantly saying, no, that won't work.
Okay. All right. So walk me through. How do you make this puppet?
I'm a jack of all trades, so I've done a little like sewing. I probably did some cosplay when I lived like in a city with a Comic-Con or something. So I'm tearing apart a couple shirts and stuff. I take apart a pillow, take some stuffing out of it to give it some like the hands some depth. And like I'm not like, I don't think I find a sewing machine, so it's all hand sewed, so I'm just doing like points to keep like the everything intact, but it's roughly as well as I can remember the puppet. It looks
Plus it's
okay.
a
And I
plus
have the
7?
badge. I put the badge on it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, he's a lumberjack, not a police officer. Never mind. I'll put the badge on it. Whatever.
So that's plus 7.
Badge, yes. Should be 7.
It's a lumberjack badge now.
So while Gerard is making this puppet, what's everybody else doing?
making a comment that we're about to be killed by a bunch of hungers, and our plan is to have a puppet show and get drunk tonight. Actually, no, I'm going to go through the cabinets because the last time anything like food was mentioned, where our shelves were bare. So I don't think we have alcohol or cleaning supplies. So that's what I'm going to
I have alcohol.
Yeah, you throw open the cupboards, and miraculously you find vermouth and vodka.
Okay, there. Just vermouth. That would have been
Yeah,
horrible.
and you find like a bucket in a closet of cleaning supplies, the kind of bucket that maybe like a cleaning service would stash somewhere in a house, like a rental house. And it's got, bleach, Windex, some rags, Gooby Gone, stuff like that.
What if I'm looking at the bleach and the vermouth. And I don't say it out loud, but maybe this will work. Just a little dabble, do you?
Couldn't hurt. Let me get a swig first, though.
Of the vermouth?
No, of the bleach. Yeah,
Bleach.
the vermouth.
Okay.
No, of the vodka, actually.
Yeah.
I'm pouring 4 shots right now.
Oh yeah.
I sure hope I am not having all 4 of these.
Yeah, I'm joining. I'm joining definitely.
It feels like we need a couple more things.
Is this counting as a defense, by the way? Or it was just that we have those things for?
Yeah, those are tied to things you've already gathered.
Okay.
What's there's an upstairs? Is it a rambler?
No, it's a ranch. It's all one story.
Got any?
How about improvising physical weapons? Like, it's nice that we will try to make somebody drunk with bleach, but if we smack them over the head with, I don't know, 2x4 or something, that might be last resort, but I guess it's better than bare hands, right? So I will try to put together some improvised weapons, maybe from the chairs, to get a few sticks, something, maybe
we need like
disassemble one bed, yeah.
Set of golf clubs in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, or that. So it's improvising / searching for anything to slap somebody over the face.
So I'm imagining our second MacGyver montage.
Oh, yeah.
Mike just scouring the place, going, testing this out, testing that out, just trying to piece together 4 sets of weapons, one for each of you. Let's do a day move with reason.
Looking if I can. Yeah, neon orange frisbee is not helping me. So, they move.
Be a distraction.
Normal reason. Oh, would you look at that?
So we see the montage change when Mike gets everybody gathered up, everybody screwing around, kind of doing their things, making their puppets, so on and so forth. And Mike calls you all back in, right? And Mike, let's start off with, what did you end up making for yourself for a weapon?
It's a combination. It's a shield made of cupboard door. So basically, I somehow improvised a hand strap so I could hold it on my forearm and defend myself against whatever. And the second thing would be just, I think the golf stick sounds like good enough. Some like 7 iron or whatever is the heaviest one. I have no idea.
But it's more than
Driver.
it's more than just a 7 iron, right? What did you do to this 7 iron to make it more of a weapon?
Oh, it's definitely more. You know what? Maybe I've somehow welded or something small pieces that made it more spiky at the end. So it's not just the sheer weight, but it's also like a few bits of, I don't know, something from the kitchen. So it's basically like a mace improvised. So I would have a shield and a mace made of a golf stick.
So I'm going to give a suggestion, and you don't have to keep it, but I'm imagining a 7 iron and then like a ball of duct tape that covers the iron part, and there's golf tees spiked out of the
Golf thieves. I love it. Yeah.
right. So we've
Great
got
idea.
the improvised mace. Mike, you point to something else on the table and indicate to Richard that's his. Richard, what is he pointing at? What did he make for you?
He there was a broken club in there where the head had sheared off, and in the end, he duct taped a steak knife to the end of it. That's what I got.
So just like a ball of tape with a steak knife on it?
Yeah, on the end of almost made like a spear type thing.
Got
but
it.
It's
Oh,
not as cool as his, and I tell the difference and let him know, like, okay.
So we've got the shaft of a golf club with duct taped a big like one of those old 80s wooden handle steak knives. Points to one for Cody. What did he make you, Cody?
Well, if there were golf clubs, I kind of imagine there might be football shoulder pads, and they just called me. So I'm thinking I just put a bunch of forks attached to it, like whatever's cutlery I can, and duct tape it just like everyone else is doing to their stuff. But yeah, it's probably a size too small for me at this point, but I'm making it work.
Yeah, the pads don't wrap around the shoulder. They kind of pop off at the end because they don't quite reach around. And you've got kind of this Mad Max thing
Yes.
with these spikes coming out of the thing. We see you tying the strap on it as you put on that. Last but not least, Gerard, there's only one thing left on the table, and it's yours.
Yeah, I don't think he made me a weapon per se. I think what he's got, he found like a bomber jacket or like a really thick like padded coat, and like lined it with like just strips of leather or something from like books and stuff. Just like really well padded full jacket, and it's black, so it's like both protection and it's gonna let me like hide a little bit better. And I think maybe that like you found like maybe either some fishing line and attached it to some like wooden dowels, or even just like some tailor's tape or something.
Basically, has created kind of like a suit of armor almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like with a garrot of some kind, maybe.
All right, that's going to be
you
your
will
8.
have to get your hands on the hunkers, right?
We've got 8 things for complexity 8. We could roll right now straight.
Oh yeah.
Are we ready?
No,
See value in more right now?
no, we've got all day.
I mean, the last thing was like that we Mad Max the shit out of the hunkers, but
What time of day is it?
You check the clock and realize the clock hasn't moved, and you see pieces of the clock on the floor because Mike had gutted it.
It's the only clock in the house?
Yeah. The rest of them aren't moving, so you have no idea what time it is.
Can I see how much light there is outside?
Yeah, same amount of light there was this morning, thanks to the the glow of the static.
God damn it! I'm gonna check the TV again.
Same thing. Be back soon, TV Odyssey.
I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call that number that tells you the time. Yeah, I was born then.
It's another beautiful day here in Great Lake. The time is 7:45
PM? Shit. I'm going to go to the yellow pages or the phone book. I'm going to go look up an old friend of mine from the AV club when I grew up here, Jason Malcolm.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if he's still in town.
He is. He's in there at least.
I'm going to try to call him. I'm going to see if he still has, because back in high school, we were into ham radios. We were into all kinds of things. And at the school, there was a radio wave jammer that we used to always prank at the high school. Whenever they would play the radio in the room, we would take it over and play something different, or we could just jam it just by scrambling it. That's the attempt I'm gonna try to do and see if that's still.
Okay, you find his number.
Give him a call.
What was his name again?
Jason.
Jason.
Malcolm.
Yep, Jason here.
Jason, Richard Haas, how are you, buddy?
Hey man, can you put your mouth a little bit closer to the phone? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jason. I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. This is Richard Haas from high school.
Richard Haas. Gonna need a day move. Let's do it with presence. And I want this at a disadvantage because you're reserved. Richard,
What?
Just that.
dude, I thought, like, where are you?
Man,
I was in the game.
yeah, I'm in Deep Lake. Are you still here?
Yeah, I mean, you called my house, man.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
yeah,
mom and dad
that-
passed, and I'm just living here now by myself. But Jesus, man, how are you?
I could be better, man. I want to catch up, but I'm in a little bit of a pickle. I was wondering if you're free tonight, or you can make yourself available tonight.
Hey, dude, I ended up figuring it all out. I'm wicked into chicks, man. So you know, I'm very, I'm very. I realized we had the thing, but like I figured it all out as I got older, man. No offense.
Two things. One, that sucks. But I hear you. But number two, please tell me that you have access to, or still have, or might be able to help get that signal jammer that we had back in high school when we used to mess with Mr. Smith's class.
Dude, you should see the rig I got in my basement, man. I can I can tap into cable TV now.
What?
Like, oh dude, like I like record all like all right, look, all right. How about this, man? I'll come over tomorrow. I'll get you hooked up with HBO.
Dude, that sounds amazing, but I need something a little different and maybe more out of left field. And I need you to trust me here on this, please. But is there any way you can rig up that equipment into your vehicle and come over tonight? I'd pay you for your
Yeah.
services, man. Whatever, anything that you would be out, I'd pay you for it.
No. That's good. That's good, man. Let me just check with the old lady, make sure she doesn't have any problems. But yeah, I'll swing by and drop some equipment off to you. Sure.
What I'm hoping for is you might be able to rig up that equipment and blast out that scrambler in front of my rental house, because I have a little bit of a situation I need your help on, and I can't really give you too many details, but you'd be doing me a solid if you're able to swing by at dusk.
I mean, sure, man. I think I got a cardboard box full of a bunch of old stuff, some wires and plugs that I never thought I'd use again. So yeah, like if you can give me a couple hours, I can probably piece that back together and drop it off to you.
Can you hook it up in your car and just scramble the radio outside of my house without coming in?
I don't even know where the hell you are.
My address is, please correct me, Craig. We've got a rental house, but we're having a little bit of a situation, and
You're in that shithole in Rodebecker Street?
yeah, I didn't pick it, but it was what was available. You know, me and my mom moved to the West Coast, and I'm back, kind of looking into some of the weird stuff going on here in town.
Yeah. All right, yeah, man. I'll hook it up to the car, and you know what? I can probably set that antenna off to like maybe to a broadcast. Yeah, all right, dude. I'm thinking like 10, 11 o'clock tonight. I can just swing on by.
That would be a huge help. Huge help. Don't come up to the house because we're not going to be in there. But if you could just blast it out, and then I'll come see you a little bit later, and we can catch up.
Okay.
I know
dude.
it sounds weird. But please trust me. You know,
Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, I should be there around 10ish.
thanks. I owe you a big one. You're doing me a solid.
All right, Jason's car is our 9th item.
What about
I've got
Mr.
an
Marsh?
idea.
Okay, you go ahead.
After watching Gerard and the static happen, maybe we could lock the rooms, set them up so that nothing can escape them, and I can push one into the static.
I like where you're going with this, but whose room would it go to? Because I went to mine.
That's why we got to do them all, because I don't know. I guess I could go with them and we could do it in my room. We could aim for mine.
Well, then how do you get out?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
So walk me through what's this trap look like?
This trap looks like the Goldberg spear into static and crossing fingers that I escape.
Okay. Okay. No, we can. If you take one of them with you, hopefully it goes to your room. One of us can be waiting at the door. You knowing what happened, get out before they do, and we slam the door and throw a board over it.
Okay, do we want to do like a dry run, sorry? Like, I don't know, Cody and someone would like play it out and the rest of us
we all
be
have rooms here. So I assume
Yeah.
it's going to send us all to our own rooms.
Then take a teddy bear, I don't know, like Cody and a teddy bear, where they appear, and we will try to, do something to the teddy bear just to try it out,
And
Just
also to
try
make sure
around.
that you get used to it, because it's
Exactly,
something.
yeah.
So you want to be
I
prepared.
can
for
imagine
what
like
to
doing
feel
that first time.
Do we have anything that in this house that isn't owned by any of us?
Oh, there's a ton of stuff in here.
Yeah.
Okay. I grab the closest thing and I
Which
head
is-
outside and I book it.
I'm waiting at the door.
I charge out there.
What are you carrying?
Geez, I don't. Whatever's in the kitchen
Couch
that is
cushion.
not ours. Sure, I'll grab a couch cushion, and I'll hold it and charge out.
So you're holding it like it's a football. Like a
Yes.
folded up couch cushion.
Yeah.
We see Gerard maybe run out and throw the gate open so you don't run into the into the fence. And I don't know, for some reason, Cody, I'm imagining you starting off in a 3-point stance.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And we see you lunge and start running like it's the big game, and you start heading straight towards that static. I need a night move. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail this, Cody?
It's a night move?
He's running straight into.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be that what happened to Gerard does not happen to me, and I don't get pulled back.
Yeah, I think if you miss this, it's definitely not going to be what happened with Gerard. It's going to be much worse than that, because I think you're going to run through this static. And most of you is going to come back to your room, but not all of you.
Perfect.
So I need a night move with sensitivity. So Cody starts running, heading towards the static. Where are the three of you?
I'm waiting at his,
we
to go
need
to his
the-
room.
Yeah, ready to punch whatever the cushion appears.
Cody, you run into that static. You vanish. And all of a
Tell me when he runs into it.
you know, because you can see like this static shape start to form
Oh shit.
in Cody's bed. And you see the couch cushion just pop out of the bed and go flying across the room and hit the wall. And then that distracts you. All of you turn your head, you look back, and laying on the bed is Cody. And he used to be right-handed. but his entire right arm is gone, and there's just blood just soaking into the sheets. It's splattering against the wall. The hand that was holding that cushion, the entire arm is gone, and it's an open wound on his shoulder.
The key of dungeoneering will be turned.
Let's go ahead and mark that key. Do we want to do the key now or later?
Yeah, let's do it later.
We'll save it.
I know what it's going to be, but
All right.
yeah.
So we see Cody running towards the static, goes out. The couch cushion appears just out of the bed and flies across the room and hits the far wall. And then you just see Cody laying in bed. And his arm is like it was still holding the couch cushion, but it's now empty.
Come on.
I get out of bed and I rush to the door as quickly as I can. Once I realize,
So immediately like hit with the improvised maze, the couch cushion, like to simulate that we're, or maybe like have the improvised alcohol or whatever, like spill on it and then mash it with the maze. Just
Well, don't waste it.
So
having too much fun.
this will be your 10th item, but it's a trap. But what you figure out is timing wise, for whatever reason, you get a strong sense of if he does this to one of the hungers when they're at full strength, it's just not fast enough, right? It's not the whole sequence. You just know for a fact this is not going to work if it's done against a hunger that's at full strength. You just know like we can't get Cody from his bed out of this room in time. You just don't feel good about that. You feel like, hey, maybe if we like do it with maybe if we hurt the hunger first and try this, it might work. We might be able to get Cody out, but that's your
a finishing move.
Yeah, that's your mixed success. So it will work, but it won't work as the first move against a hunger. We're at 9 on sensitivity 8, or are we at 10?
We're on 10th, I believe.
That was the 10th one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're now at a net +2.
You need to hit 7 at least, right?
2 dice.
Complexity 8.
Well, it's complexity
So
8,
that's-
but we need to roll a 7 for it to be a success. Or-
Yeah, so we need to roll
6 is a
5 now.
And there's gonna be no keys that can be turned here.
Yeah. We did learn that at least with a regular question, you can do that if everybody turns a key.
Mhm.
I don't know if this counts as a regular question.
Not
though.
for this one.
Okay. Then let's get one. We need a lookout. We need we have the alarm system, but we need a lookout for like the back,
Yeah.
the backyard. So okay. We need to be ready. We need to like assign roles to things first of all. Like who's doing the alcohol, who's doing the cleaning supplies, I have the puppet. Somebody needs to like be weakening one of them before Cody makes his bull rush move. So I don't know. Why don't I stay lookout on like the back because of your alarm system covering the front, so that we can make sure that like we see if they're coming in some other way.
In these old bathrooms, they have those skylights with the little white frosted dome. I'm going to assume that this house has that. Let's get a ladder up to that in the bathroom, and we will break it out or remove it peacefully, whatever, if we're worried about our deposit. But that gives us access to the roof to see and get.
We already took apart the
house in
fence.
safety. Right? Yeah, true. So Richard's going to go in, grab a ladder, step ladder, something to get up access to that, and take a broom handle and just beat the hell out of that plastic, destroy it, get up on the roof, and give us access to the roof as a lookout, whoever wants to stage it.
Yeah, I don't need a roll for this. Let's go ahead and add that. That is going to be a lookout tower. Where does that put us?
11?
So we're at +3.
Is there any gardening equipment, lawnmowers, gas-powered anything?
We don't have to burn the house down.
No. We're not there yet. We have a garage at this house, right? or there is
Yes.
a garage.
Yeah, there's a garage.
I want to go look out in the garage and see if there's maybe a can of gas or paint thinner, something that would be flammable that we could put into some glass jars as a means of defending ourselves from the roof.
You're thinking Molotov cocktails?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
you find
eggs?
some you find some old paint rags, a paint thinner. Let's figure out how many though. Let's do a quick day move with reason.
Move with reason.
So you find the paint thinner, you find the rags, but there's just about that much paint thinner, right? You're not even real sure, even if it soaks up into that rag and you put it into this bottle, you don't have a lot. It's not going to be like a good Molotov cocktail where you throw it, it breaks, and it spreads the flammable liquid everywhere. You're not feeling real good about this, Richard.
I'm going to go ahead and turn a key.
Okay.
Oh, getting those keys turned.
And luckily, as you kind of push a couple more cans and buckets around you, you're able to find another container of paint thinner. So let's have you with 2 full Molotov cocktails.
As he's putting them together, I bring over a couple eggs and crack an egg in each one.
I have no idea why.
Is that a
Because-
thing?
Yeah, it's because it makes the liquid stickier,
Oh.
so it spreads where it sticks to stuff more.
All right, anarchist cookbook.
I've been around. I learned a lot of stuff.
Okay.
That puts us at 12. That's +4. I'm going to cap you guys here.
Yeah, I think makes sense.
So
Out of ideas anyhow.
nobody do anything yet, but I want to know who is going to make the answer a question move at +4.
I think it should be a person that would be the lookout and shouting out the orders, like the organizer of the defense. Last stand at the Rodenbecker Street.
Well, I picture myself as the lookout, but not as the team captain. So
I would like Richard to do that because I'm like quite beaten. I don't feel like Mike would take up that role, but tell me if that's a bad idea.
I was leaning towards Richard as well, partially because he's starting to get real cocky of talking to this other side of stuff. So
Yeah.
+2 to reason apparently.
right.
So, Richard, you finally get that thing broken out. You kind of stick your head up through, and it's small. You're not going to be able to get yourself outside onto the roof, right? This is just big enough for you to kind of have your head, but you got a good view. You can see the static barrier all the way around you. You notice a second car in the driveway, and you also notice a cardboard box just off on outside the porch.
Guys, I
Rachel?
think we have our help. Car in the cardboard box. All right.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Do you go out, Gerard?
Yeah, if he tells me there's a box, yeah.
You go out and you open up that cardboard box, and there's a revolver in there,
Oh,
and a note that says, "You didn't get this from me, Idaho."
Jesus Christ. Well, where's the pizza or lunch or whatever? All right.
Hey guys, turn on the radio, see if you can get a station of any kind, if you don't mind.
We'll try to do that. Turn on the
You go
radio
out
to
to
see.
this other car. Yeah, you go out to this other car, and it is straight out of Back to the Future. When you get inside this thing, there is displays and wires running everywhere, and he's got this big red button that's kind of wired on the dash.
That's
And there's
my
a note
bullshit.
in there that says, "You owe me a beer."
Nice.
Mike is just like fiddling with stuff, like eager almost to press the red button, but then realizing I probably should that
So I wanna
leave that to later.
Before we roll, let's do a quick inventory. So let's go. Who's been jotting down our list? Can we go down our list real quick?
Yeah, it's in our unused clues.
Read them off.
We got barricade supplies. We got help from Elliot, help from Sheriff Hanscom, got a perimeter alarm, cleaning supplies for David, alcohol for Palmer. We got a puppet for Lucy, makeshift weapons, radio scrambler, Cody's static trap, a lookout post, and Molotov cocktails.
And the last but not least, before we roll, I want to find out, Cody, how many keys do you have left unmarked?
Oh no. In all categories,
How many total unmarked do you have?
9.
9 unmarked. How many do you have, Richard?
7.
Gerard?
8.
Mike?
8 as well.
I've been too nice to you guys. Way too nice to you guys. So Richard's going to make the roll, and it's going to end up being a roll at +4. Let's take a quick 10-minute break, and let's roll them bones. We'll be back in 10 minutes. could be the biggest roll we've had in 9 episodes. We're going to do answer a question, Richard. We're going to do it at +4.
All right. Lord Beer Me
No
Strength.
stress. No stress.
Lord, wow, that's a deep cut.
I need you guys to help me montage. I want to know what prep looks like. Where are these
Well, we're
barricades?
barricading.
Where are they going, though?
We don't have many,
Uh,
so we are just around the house, just making the house secure as much as we can.
And I want some to prep to put over Cody's door
Okay.
after we do that. Like we need brackets there that we can like hopefully like 2 sets that we can just jam a board into really quick.
Should we keep a door, like a main door, open or accessible? Whichever one is
It-
maybe closest
It
to the
will be
static,
open,
so I can-
but maybe it will be barred like halfway, so you need to go through it slowly. So in case they want to get in, we can whack them in the head.
Oh,
But
yeah, sure.
the disadvantage is that we can't run away quickly. We would have to like, at least duck and go like halfway through or crawl through it. But I will leave the door like fully open, so everybody's invited to say hi.
yeah, I'm just. Cody would prefer to not be outside while he attempts this stunt. He'd like to start from inside first.
I think, yeah. Well, there are windows.
Why don't we instead of barricading the front door, because the front door opens in, we can do like shove a chair up underneath it when it's closed.
Yeah, that
And
works.
hopefully
So long
like,
as someone
we
else
can do
is
that on like the windows and stuff.
sure.
So the barricades are up. Shoulder pads are on. Trench coat with leather and dowels is worn. We've got a improvised 7-iron mace. And we've got
The shield from the cupboard door.
and we've got the
Set up-
steak knife spear.
Set up your alarm.
The alarm is turned on. Richard's head is sticking out the crappy skylight.
Wait, before
bathroom.
before we get into actual position, I want to do one more shot with everybody and cheers. Anybody who wants to, anyway. I'll drink yours if you don't want it. But gentlemen,
Yeah, let's drink.
Didn't we put egg in this?
no, that's in the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Not much for a vermouth person, but
I'm not a bartender.
So I know where Richard is. Richard's got his head sticking out the roof. Where is Mike?
I guess in the car ready for the red button to hit it.
Mike is sitting
then-
in the car.
Leg it and run back to the house.
Cody and Gerard.
Cody's in the kitchen, pacing, looking at the door he's about to run out of.
I guess I've filled a bucket with the cleaning supplies, and I'm like, I've got it ready to like just throw on top of David if he shows up.
So you're kind of in the main room, like that living room, dining room.
Yeah, I'm around a corner and like in as much of a shadow as I can be.
Richard, from up there, it's hard to look. It's hard to, other than if you look straight at the roof tiles, you're always looking at static from where you are. It's 360 degrees around you, so it's just super loud. It's like sound just in your ears, and I don't know if you want this to happen, but I do think that if it's going to happen, it'd be great if it happens sooner than later, because you're standing on top of a ladder, your shoulders are up against the ceiling of this bathroom, and you're just kind of, shifting around, looking around. And all at once, we see the the static like breaks and starts kind of glitching. And behind where the drive is, we see something walk out of the static. And it's a guy in an Argyle sweater vest. Perfectly coiffed hair. And just blood streaming like waterfalls out of his eyes and his nose, corner of his mouth, his ears. You can see under his fingernails the dripping of blood. And he starts walking towards the front door.
I communicate down my makeshift tunnel lookout. David's coming up the driveway. David's coming up the driveway.
Okay.
Mike, as he says that, you turn and you look, and there's David, and it's already, his hand comes up onto the window of the car and it smears blood. And he goes, now, you understand, all you need is a little bit more pain, and you'll be pure. You can touch the signal. Roll down the window. I'll show you.
I hit the red button and run back to the house.
You slam that red button. You jump over to the passenger side of the seat, the opposite of where he is. He's on the driver's side. And it's not opening. It's not going. His hand goes and breaks that driver's side window. Glass goes. And as soon as his arm comes in, you hear the and just noise is coming from all different parts of the car. Things are starting to light up, and the static noise, the sound of the static breaks, and you see him pull back out and go, "What the hell are you doing?" And you can start to see like his hand is glitching now. It's not solid anymore. It turns into static and it comes back, and it seems to be pulsating along with the energy that's coming out of the car. He's coming around to the passenger side right now.
Can I push through him and run to the door, like through the other side that he just left?
Yeah, so he's behind the car now. You hop over to the driver's side. You pop that door open. There's glass on the seat, and you can hear that the crackling of broken window glass. You step out, and he goes, "Oh, you're ready!" And he starts walking towards you. Sounds like to me you want to get to that front door before he does. Is that right?
Running, I will shout, "Jody, get him!" Hopefully he does his.
Let me get him with the thing first.
I just run to the door and shout, "Go to get him!" And
right,
you might.
We got to get you to the door first, so I'm going to need a night move.
Yep.
It's going to happen if you fail this.
Oh, he's gonna make me bleed, definitely. He's gonna catch up and make me bleed.
Yeah, I think he's going to get his hands on you, and immediately you're definitely going to start bleeding. Very similar to he is. But it's worse than that because he needs you to catch up. He's gotten a wicked head start on you. He is far more pure in the bloodletting than you are. And I think he's just going to go ahead and rip both of your eyes out of your head.
You want this?
I need a night move with vitality, please.
And, well, I don't want to do this, but do I have any disadvantage from all those things I have?
I was looking at him. Nothing fits perfect for me. I thought about boosting, but I'm going to hold off on it. Let's just do a straight.
So night move, straight vitality, which is 0.
So you jump out of that driver's side. You turn around, and he's at the back. So you're going to like Duke a hazard over the hood of the car. You're sliding, and he's there like a catcher catching your pitch. And as soon as you get to the other side, somehow he went from A to B, and he catches you by the neck with that glitching hand, and his thumb and his finger, as soon as they start touching, you can feel the wetness coming out of your ear as his fingers gouge out your left and your right eye. And he pulls both of those eyeballs out of your face. And they're like olives at the end of each one of his fingers.
I'm definitely turning a key.
Okay. You
Okay.
slide. He catches you. He reaches for your eyeballs and you push his face away. And he falls back. And you make it to the door. But as you're running into the door, everybody can see blood starting to pour out of your nose, out of the corners of your mouth. What do you do as you burst into the house?
And I realize that I'm bleeding as well, but or not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I immediately try to go to the bathroom or something to patch myself up, to like get the blanket, get rid of it, and try to like, I need help, guys, and just panicking and trying to pull myself together.
In a minute.
So add the condition bleeding for me.
I don't have space.
So Mike runs into the bathroom. You guys can see David standing back up.
All right, Cody, I'm gonna splash him with the shit, and then you do your thing.
Yeah, I'm in stance. I'm ready to go.
Okay. I'm gonna close the door so that he.
I need help. Help
Shut
me,
up!
guys, I'm bleeding.
I close the door, and then so that he has to open it so he can't see what we're doing.
Hello? Can I
It's
come
open.
in? I know you're in there. Come on, I'll show you I'm going to show you the pure signal. You guys are so
It's open.
close. Oh. And here, click. Door's open. The sweater is just dripping soaked. Every knit part of the sweater is now just gorged and just soaked in blood. And there's just a puddle of blood under his feet.
I just throw the bucket on.
Okay. This will be a
Splash
day
him.
move. Give me a day move.
With...
Vitality.
Composure?
I think. No, I like vitality.
I don't.
There you go.
So you throw the cleaning supplies and we just slow motion just see the objects coming off. You didn't close the caps on everything tight, right? You did just
I'd like dumped them all into the bucket.
Oh, you just splashed this concoction onto him?
Yeah.
And we see him like try to shield himself and just get splashed by these cleaning chemicals. And he's like, oh, and he pulls back and the bleach and the Windex, we start to see the blood fade from his clothing. It's like an infomercial cleaning supply. Like it just instantly starts cleaning his sweater and his jacket. He goes, no. And he starts stepping back. He goes, no, I can't be pure. We got to let it out. Without pain, there's no purity. No. And he's just stepping back.
Right.
This is bad. No, you guys are so close. You can come here. Come to me and I'll show you. I'll help you touch the signal.
Don't do it yet, Cody. This might just work by itself.
He keeps pulling back and he's not even recognizing the fact that he's moving closer to the other car. Moving closer to the car that's been rigged up by Jason. And as he backs closer to it, and as the blood starts to clean out from his clothes, as his face for the first time is just not caked with blood, we see him and he backs into the car and dissipates into static.
Well, that was easy. You got this. How you doing, Mike?
Mike is not helping. Help! I guess you close the door, so it's like, like through the closed door, you see Mike like panicking and not knowing like where he bleeds. Is it his blood? Is it not his blood? Just full panic.
For the first couple minutes of this, Mike, like you keep washing your face and your hands, and then it just starts again. It starts again, and then just one time, not knowing, hearing some commotion outside, you finally do it, and you realize you're actually able to clean off the blood. You're not bleeding anymore.
I just realized we're probably in the same bathroom because there's probably only one in this.
Yeah, I love that. You're right at the. He's at the foot of the ladder.
It has
Close it up
cuts
going,
to you.
what the hell's going on? Like, and I'm trying to talk to you, but you're freaking out. You're doing your thing, and by the
I'm
time
hearing anything. I'm hearing only me shouting and like realizing maybe as I slowly I'm calming down, but I'm not yet calm. Definitely not calm.
Gotcha. So I'll head down just for a second and make sure he's good. Bro, are you all right? I gotta get back on lookout. Are you okay? Do you need anything from me? I'll grab some towels and try to wipe him down a little bit.
I think Mike starts weeping a little bit just with the rug, like, I don't want this. I don't want this. It's just like this.
What's Cody and Gerard doing?
Cody's still in the stance.
High-fiving.
He's ready. He can't click out of it. You know, he's
Okay. I'll get you with the high five later. Again, you're in the zone.
So Gerard, you're freaking Cody is eye focused on that front door, waiting for someone to say hike.
right.
You're standing in the room. You're hearing the yelling going on in the bathroom. Sounds like things are getting better. Where did the body bags come from? In the living room. There's 2 that are adult size. There's 2 that are children's size. And you can see blood like coming out of the zipper connections on each of the body bags. Like the body bags are just full. And behind you in the kitchen, you hear a woman's voice. Now, won't you be a dear and get me a martini, sweetie? I can't render the flesh with a parched kisser.
Wait, she
You
wants
turn
alcohol?
around and you see Paula Palmer in her red dress, that thick belt that gives her kind of that wasp-shaped waist.
Yeah,
What's a girl got to do to get a drink?
No, yeah, right here.
Right where, sweetie?
I'm getting the vodka.
Oh, that's wonderful. Vodka, good. Can I see the label, please?
Yeah, of course.
And she looks at the label and she goes, let's rough it. This is perfect. And she puts the bottle
do have
down in the
vermouth,
back.
I'll mix her up a martini. Do we have olives?
Oh, no, honey, I don't like a salad with my drinks.
Okay.
Where are Mike's eyeballs when we need them, right?
I know. We couldn't get out of the house today, so I don't have like an umbrella or anything. But here we go.
And she kind of swirls it a little bit. What did we put in there, Gerard?
Martini and vermouth and some bleach.
I need a night move to see whether you can get that bleach in there without her noticing.
Oh, we did that earlier.
I know, but she can smell it.
Okay, sure.
What are you afraid is going to happen if she notices?
She won't drink it.
Oh, she's definitely not going to drink it, but it's going to be worse than that.
Hold on, I'm not playing fair. I'm hedging my bets because I know you're gonna make it worse. I think she's gonna make me drink it.
Oh yeah, that's that's definitely. I think she's going to have you taste it first, and it's not going to make it optional. And the bleach is going to do exactly what we would expect the bleach to do. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that because I don't know how vivid I want to describe what it's like to drink bleach. So can I get a...
Gotta be composure, right?
It is composure. So let me get a night move with composure. So she grabs the glass and she goes, "Oh, sweetie, this, I mean, I realize it's that, but this doesn't smell right." And she starts handing it back to you. She goes, I don't think, I think we have to do better than this."
Okay. Not enough vermouth.
I
Is that the
said
problem?
you
I don't
need to
drink a
be
lot of.
better at this. Why don't you make 2?
Sure. Yeah.
A girl
Okay.
should not have to drink alone.
Yeah. I make a second one. I go a little light on the vodka on the second one.
Sweetie,
The vodka or the bleach?
you need to loosen up. And she tips the bottle to finish out the top of it. So hers is about a good martini glass, 2/3 full. Yours, you're going to spill if you even try to pick it up. It's right
This is
at
a success, but dang. Okay. Yeah. I pick it up. I'm gonna like take. Are we cheersing? Cheers.
Oh, and what are we cheersing to? How about you touching the signal
To public access.
to public access?
Or
So-
to TDI.
Ching.
I'm going to take some in my mouth, but not swallow it.
She takes some into her mouth and she spits it out and she goes, What are you doing? What was that?" And you start to see her glitch as she's stepping
Just throw
back.
mine in her face.
And you throw it at her and she goes, you are a terrible host. I was going to invite you over and make you dinner. And you're a terrible, terrible host. And she's kind of stepping away and she's wiping her mouth and her red dress and parts of her skin just glitch into static.
I run away.
Okay.
I'm done with this one. I've
She's
done my
backing
part.
towards you, Cody.
Do I do it, guys? Am I about to charge this guy? This lady? I think I am. All right,
Have
so-
your spear, maybe? Yeah, it's up
Try
to you.
your. Well, I guess your weapon is your shoulder pads. So.
Yeah. So I guess
Maybe-
during all of that interaction with her and Gerard, I'd like to actually do my flashback here.
Ooh, please.
But my flashback is kind of also happening like present day all around me kind of situation.
Very
Where
narrative.
outside, everyone else might be seeing one thing, but I'm seeing a monsoon. There's a school bus out there, and you can see the silhouette of football players coming out. And right beyond the bus is Deep Lake. You can see Deep Lake, and these are kind of like broken segments that you're starting to see. And then inside, all of a sudden, is just full of water. That's what I'm seeing. And there's a football jersey that's not mine that is floating below me. Then we flash to me drenched at home, talking with the police and with my family, and denying that I know anything about what just happened. All of that kind of just drains away like someone just pulled a plug from a bathtub, and I charge her.
Just as she lines up so that she's perfectly between you and the door, I really want Gerard to yell hike.
Please.
Yeah.
74! 22!
Yeah.
And she's moving closer.
Yeah,
when
during
I should
all
get to
that,
the front of the door.
I'm hearing like the echoing bad thoughts from my dad just like through like a filter of water, but I book it and I hit her head on.
So I'm going to
Hopefully.
need a night
We'll
move.
see.
We're going to need a night move. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail this?
I mean, I slip is going to be the start of it. Like the water that I just imagined is actually on the floor, and I slip. And maybe something with the knives in my neck.
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to slip. And I think what that slip does is gives her just enough time to figure out what the hell's about to happen, right? Instead of her getting blindsided by you slipping and making some noise, she's going to turn and she's going to be ready for you. You're going to hit her, but it's going to be worse than that. Because when you take her out through the signal, unlike the test case, she's going to get thrown against the wall in your room. You're going to appear on the bed and you're going to bring something in with you. So I need a roll, night move with vitality. Do it at an advantage though because of the shoulder pads.
I got you.
Ugh.
We see you slip. She goes, "Oh, honey, I didn't even see you there." And you come and you launch right into her. The forks and the knives that Mike built onto this go right into that thick leather belt of hers and puncture into her. And she goes, "Ah!" And you lift her right up, just like she's one of those tackle dummies. You know the routine, right? You lift up as soon as you make contact off of her feet, and we see you take her all the way into the signal. What's everybody else doing?
I'm ready at his door, I guess.
She comes
Mike,
flying.
you got the thing?
Yeah, Mike. Well, I guess if somebody tells me that this is happening, I need to be ready. So I will get to the door with the shield and mace improvised.
So we see Palmer fly out of Cody's bed, just like the cushion, hits up against the wall. We then see Benji in full plastic McGruff dog costume come flying out of the bed as well and lands right next to her. And Cody appears on the bed. He comes running in his what's the name of the not McGruff, it's what the hell was the name of the Barker, yeah, in his Barker costume he gets to the door and he slams you, Mike, shield and all, up against the wall, and he's grabbing Gerard. She's standing up and walking towards you, Cody.
I reach for my stuff in the corner. I grab my custom Crypt Keeper print comic, roll it up, and try to shove it in her mouth.
Are we not turning a key?
Oh, I guess I everything was going so well up to this point. I felt like my failure wasn't so bad yet. But yeah, I could turn a key if we don't want to hang out with Benji too.
So we see her pop out. We see Cody materialize. She starts to get up, and she is still glitching from some of that bleach and that drink. She's not as fast as she would be at full strength. Cody, you get to the door first.
You know what? All right. I mean, DZ brings up a good point. I should turn a key. We should dial this.
Oh,
down.
this is you turning a key.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Let me click.
Yeah, this is
All
the
right.
good version.
Yeah, no, there's
Yes,
no additional. It's just her and
There's
you.
no Benji.
You get to
Okay.
the door.
Yeah. I try to open it. Maybe. Wait, where is she in relation to?
She's on the far wall. She got thrown against the far wall just like the couch cushion did in the experiment. She falls to the ground and she's slowly getting up and glitching as she's doing that. You appear in the bed. You come to the open door, and Gerard and Mike are right there.
I'm waiting to
I've
slam the
looked
door.
right through them.
Mike is ready to start wailing on her.
Yeah, I will try to pin her to the wall with the shield and try to just unleash everything I have.
You're going to charge in on her.
Yeah.
So she stands up, and all she sees is this cabinet door. Slams into her. And I've been describing her over and over again to you. In this beautiful red dress, this perfect 50s style hair, this wasp waist belt. And when you slam her against the wall, she makes it a sound. The same sound, that crunching sound that you make when you step on a wasp. It just goes. And we see her fall to your feet. Her face is smashed. The nose is broken and it's inverted in, and some of the wood kind of tore part of her flesh on her jaw away, and you can see her teeth, and she just glitch. And just like Tilbert, she goes away.
And when she goes away, I was ready to hit her with the mace, and the mace is just hitting the wooden floor, and just a few splinters fly around.
Just like we drew it up.
Where's the third, though?
Maybe it's just
That's the kid.
As you guys kind of work back into the main area, TV turns on.
Do not Samara out of this TV right now, I swear to God.
And the theme music is playing over the We'll Be Back TV Odyssey picture. And it's the theme music from Happy Jacks. Happy Jacks, Happy Jacks, and just on repeat.
Richard's
I'm like trying.
got his lighter, heating up that steak knife on the end of his stick. Because this little girl likes burning people with knives. Richard could do the same.
You got the revolver.
I do.
Oh, and you have also the... You heard
I
that?
got a plan. I got a plan.
Okay. I stand by ready with
Girl
the
Scout
rest of my
cookies.
shield.
Who wants to buy Girl Scout cookies?
I just ate. I'm good.
The door glitches
Oh.
and goes away. And little girl is standing there. It's Lucy. She's got an armless Sylvester puppet on her hand, and she goes, "Oh, I know, Sylvester. They've been bad too." And she starts walking in. Who wants to touch the signal? Line up. Who's first?
Cody feels useless in this. Like everything up to this point was led to that one moment, and there's more. Like he doesn't know what to do here.
You look ready. She points at you, Gerard. I know Sylvester. He wants to touch the signal. She starts walking towards you.
Yeah, but guess what, Lucy? I have another friend here who wants to touch the signal too. And I kneel down and I take out the puppet. I say, look, it's Happy Jack.
Happy Jack?
Yeah. How long has
Whoa.
it been since you've seen Happy Jack?
It's been a long time. Hey, Happy Jack. My brothers touched the signal. And when I get home, Mom and Dad are going to touch the signal too. But let's have everybody here do it first. What you think?
Yeah, why don't you two lead us over to the static to get us ready?
Oh. Okay. Get a 90 composure. Before you roll it, though, what are you afraid's going to happen? If you fail and you lose your composure.
I am It's been a while since Gerard's last improv class, and he is worried he is not going to be able to keep up this charade. And she's just gonna decide. Doesn't she have like a cleaver or something?
Sylvester does.
Okay.
Taped to his hand.
Well, I'm worried that that's gonna come into play if I don't get this.
You didn't even give me a chance to do it worse than that.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
I want to get it over with.
So she's following you and she goes, "So Happy Jack, what's today's secret word?" As she's walking towards the signal.
Oh, today's secret word is knowledge. Like the knowledge that you can gain from touching the signal.
So she's walking towards the static barrier.
I'm walking with the puppet's doing a little walk thing with me. I'm like glancing over my shoulder, like, you guys are fucking following me, right?
She stops and she turns around. She goes, "I don't think you're Happy Jack, because you didn't make me guess the secret word. You just told it to me."
I'm sorry. It's been a long time since we recorded. I forgot. Maybe what if I let you guess tomorrow's secret word?
You have too many hands. And she lifts the puppet up with the cleaver. She's going for you. What are you gonna do?
I drop the Happy Jack puppet, and I'm watching her eye line. Is she watching me or is she watching the puppet?
She's watching you.
Okay. I'm going to shoot her in the face.
Smooth.
I need a night move. I think this is also with composure. It's going to be an advantage with the revolver.
Thank Christ.
What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail this?
Well, I'll miss, and she's going to cut my hand off.
Yeah, I think it's going to be worse than that, because I think she's going to pull you into the signal and you're never coming back.
Yeah, that tracks.
So I'm going to veil this, but she ends up in the signal and you're standing there alone. The signal barrier starts to fray as soon as she falls into it. And slowly the surrounding neighborhood comes back.
I'm gonna go inside and sit down.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the stoop, struggling to get the shoulder pads off.
Just
What's
throw
Mike doing?
my stuff on the ground directly and sit nearby, maybe in the kitchen, living area, room, or whatever is the closest. Or even on the ground if there's. I will not walk to the next room. So
Richard?
maybe.
Richard was behind Gerard when the veiled sequence happened and is in shock. Dropped his stick with knife and just starts pacing up and down the driveway.
Let's go to credits. We'll talk about all of this on the other side. We'll be right back. So that was different. I was really looking forward to this. Like, I've been waiting a month to play this out, and it did not disappoint at all. So let's start with you, Vasilev. Let's do thoughts, stars, and wishes.
And XP.
Oh, yeah.
And XP. Let's start off with XP. What were your questions, and what did you mark, and did you get any?
I think I forgot about the questions, to be honest. But from last time, share a good memory, got loose for once. I think resolve mystery, get signal from the others. I don't feel like it's.
So you resolved a
it's
mystery. So
anything
you're
to
definitely
do.
getting one.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thoughts about what you just experienced?
I love the change of the approach, that we were basically preparing to defend. Everything else was on a pause, and we started slowly understanding what's happening. In the beginning, like figuring out, okay, we will just leave, right? Then discovering the static and all the shit that was slowly escalating more and more. And I was wondering, like, how much would, at least my character, how much Mike would not fall apart, like, immediately at the first sight of maybe the Elliot and the interaction with the big man or black man, or what's his name. So I tried to keep it, like, interesting enough, but I didn't want to be I'm not moved by anything that's happening. We just fight for our whole life, and I play Metallica on a guitar and save everyone.
What were your? All right. So stars.
Stars, I would say my favorite was Nick embracing, like, interacting with the other side, like starting slowly with Elliot, and then, right, well, I'm gonna talk to the guy. I will turn this key and ask him for help. Nintendo, and let's go. So I like this. It was a heroic moment for me. It was a key moment there. It lifted up the spirits, to say, because we had nowhere to go at that moment. We did some minor things, and I like this one.
Yeah, and when we think about it, that was a star for me too, because it was very mechanical, but didn't come across that way. It still came across narrative. It still made total sense, even though, Nick was fully pulling the levers, right, and leaning into the mechanics. But I love that it didn't feel mechanical. So what are we wishing for as we getting very close to finishing up public access?
I wish to get a little bit of edge on the other side, maybe on the black man, or, like, having that, like, oh, if we do this, we might just live through this. Have that little bit of hope, have that, like, the ring that can save us if you throw it to the mountain of doom, something like that.
Well, and I think one of the things for you as players to start thinking about is when we do episode 10, we're dealing with latchkeys that have gone through more than they have up till now, right? So I think it'll be very interesting how you as players deal with your characters, and what are these characters going to look like tomorrow morning. And I think that's going to coast us in to the finish here, and finally figuring out, what is the deal with TV Odyssey. And the reason I'm saying that, Vasilev, is that you guys are going to inform that being an aspect of these last couple episodes as much as I am, right? Just because the level of threat now is considerably higher. The stakes are considerably higher.
I mean, we
Kyle.
got him, right?
Oh yeah, you're good. You're done. Done. It was great series. I'm going to cancel all the future ones. Kyle, thoughts, stars, and wishes.
Oh, what an episode. That was so stressful. Thanks for, I think, killing all of us off at least once until we turned a key. Maybe one of us survived one of those, but no, that was great. I'd say the star for me was DZ dipping his head and eventually going into the static, because I think that helped inform us on a strategy, which I think really helped build up the episode for us. So him being a maniac and doing that I think really set up the rest really well. So yeah, I really like that moment.
I worked up to it.
Yeah, no, and I felt like it was Gerard doing it, not DZ doing it, which is a
Yeah.
Mhm.
credit to you, DZ. All right, what are you wishing for, Kyle, as we get close to the finish?
I mean, we're smooth sailing from here. Just give me more. I'm happy with where we're at. The direction that everything's going, the horror, the pacing. Start killing off some characters. Let's do it. Let's dive all the way in.
All right. That's the first time I've got kills off some characters in wishes. That's a first.
His wish last time was for all hope to be lost. So,
Yeah. That's where we find the fun.
Thoughts, stars, and wishes, Nick.
Thoughts. I'm loving where this is going and how quickly it's escalating and getting into another vibe of the story and the role playing. Like it's challenging everybody, and I'm digging every part of it. Star for me is DZ and how he was able to role play Gerard this session, and he was just a pivotal character to help lead the decisions and to and also so many great lines of role playing that I found myself sitting there watching you play or role play, and I have the stream on another window and I see myself just watching like that and like, okay, I got to stop looking like I'm watching. But I find myself so engaged with what DZ's doing with his character that I'm loving every minute of it. So well done, DZ.
That's cool.
not sure Gerard is going to be the same after that, but
For sure.
What are you wishing
was
for,
fun.
Nick?
More failure. We've been able to get ourselves out of major repercussions because of keys, and I know we're going to start we're going to start running out of keys to turn, and then we're just left with the consequences. So I'm excited to see what in the world happens with all of our decisions we made up to that point, and we start failing horrendously, and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I think one of the big changes you're going to start to see is more and more night moves, a lot less day moves as the stakes get higher. So, yeah, I can definitely see that. Last but not least, before we do anything, DZ, do you have any XP?
yeah, well, you didn't ask Kyle and Nick if they had
I
any
know.
XP.
But I care about your XP.
We were well, thank you. I care about it too.
I know.
Resolved a mystery. I think I was too distracted to get a signal from the other side, unless the entire fucking episode counts.
No, unfortunately.
I had be vulnerable with someone, which I was going to do if we had another moment after the end there, but we cut hard. Deliver a chilling monologue. I tried when I was talking about like, who is this guy, the big man? What does he want? What does he have to do with the signal?
I'm good with that. Yeah.
So
that definitely set the tone of how all of you were operating. So I'm definitely good with that.
Okay, let's do that.
Thoughts, stars, and wishes, and then we got plugs.
Yeah, this is great. I'm insanely curious how we go back to regular investigating after this. I really want to know what we're all going to want to do. Like if the characters want to just get the hell out of here at this point, or if they even can. But yeah, there's a lot of questions I have after this. Like, what does are Hanscom and Jason, are they going to remember like dropping stuff off? Like that's my wish is to skip forward to next session so I can get answers to some of these things.
Stars? Yeah,
stars. The Cody's flashback while he's performing what a great we usually do the keys at the end, but what a great like cinematic decision to make to tie together the flashback into what was happening. I could see it all in my head, like in slow motion with the rain and it was a movie playing for me. So that was delightful.
That was really badass. I agree.
Oh, but shit, there was another moment early that I also wanted to call out. I think it was Richard. I can't remember what it was. Damn it. Oh no, it was the whole conversation with, or the way that that Mike was talking to Elliot with like the page turning and it already being written and not being able to hear him, like that was all really, really cool too.
Yeah, that Elliot scene came out nice. I agree. That was
Yeah.
super engaging. That was fun.
That was great.
All right, so I know we have some keys that we still need to get to. We'll start episode 10 that way because we're coming a little tight on time. But I do want to leave space. Anybody have any plugs?
I do.
Tell me.
My game Victim Complex, you can look it up on Steam. It's coming out this summer. Looking forward to it. It's a ghost hunting kind of game. You play as a hack medium who pretends to be a ghost hunter and takes a case that he's not able to bullshit his way out of. That's all I'm going to say about the story.
We have an anticipated actual drop date yet?
Not a date. I was aiming for June. It might end up being closer to July. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, summer.
Very, very cool. All right. I'll see you guys. Are we scheduled in 2 weeks?
I don't remember.
I feel like we are. Let me quickly look.
Works for me.
Yeah, I think so. Let's take a look here. We will be back on the 18th.
Okay.
Same channel.
Works for me.
Same channel. All right. Thanks all.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.